This is the whiteboard, man, that I had in my garage that I would track every single.
So how did Santiago go from a freelancer barely holding it together to a multiple six-figure agency owner who's now scaling towards $100,000 months? This guy went from tracking clients on a whiteboard to scaling a six-figure agency in just 6 months. Santiago started his company with nothing but just a passion for video, and somehow in less than 2 years, he's running a thriving agency with a team of over 11. But Santiago's road to success was not smooth. It was full of late nights, burnout, and frustration. So how did Santiago go from a freelancer barely holding it together to a multiple six-figure agency owner?
Check this out. What up, Santi?
What's up, man? Thanks for coming, dude.
Of course, dude. Good to see you, man. So, well, we're here doing a little tour and a little convo with Santi. Santi, why don't you give the people just a quick intro about you, your business, and what we're about to see today.
Yeah, so I'm Santiago Castro. We're here based in San Diego. I started my business about 3 years ago. Originally, I was just a glorified freelancer working out of my garage to pretty much just, month to month trying to figure out how I'm gonna get new clients, how am I gonna pay my bills. I just had a really, really expensive job, to be honest. Now, fast forward, we were able to grow into having a space. It's about 2,600 square feet, team members, roughly about 11 plus and growing. And we're just, pretty much compounding. We've been able to double our revenue within just the last 2 months because things are just moving really fast for us. And it all started when I met you.
Nice.
And we did Agency U, and man, we were able to go from 0 to 6 figures in 6 months. And that was really fast for us. And even since then, man, it's been compounding. And now we get to be in the studio space, which for me was a dream. And now we get to live in it, and now we get to tour it.
Orange like tangerine, hot like jalapenos. She very thick with jeans, 6 feet tall, that's summer jeans. She hella freaky, make her cream. I crop her out like Batman.
So this is my space where I get to work alone. Again, which is such a blessing, man, to be able to just be in here and have the ability to just do what I need to do and be a leader of my business.
Yeah.
Because before, man, I was doing everything, and it was really hard for me to really be present at home. And I was always finding myself prioritizing going into work because it was only a couple steps away from like my room, and it was really sacrificing and the relationship that I had with my wife. There's nights where we were supposed to go on a date night, but then a client calls, and I'm like, well, let me just get the edit done, and then that, you say you're going to do it really quick, turns out to be an hour long, and I can feel, that she wasn't feeling prioritized.
Totally.
But it was because it was really hard for me to turn that off. And then I remember when I met with you for the first time, the first thing you were telling me was like systems and hiring. And I remember that was like the two things I held on to. I'm like, all right, systems and hiring. And then just that alone, man, you showing me Notion, giving me the systems that you had in place that I was able to just copy paste, man, dude, it changed everything.
Let's check them out.
Dude, and then we were actually
here. Let's check it out.
Let's do it, man. We were actually able to evolve it. All right, so this is our system right here, and this is our homepage, right, where our team goes in and they're able to kind of see everything, the over scope. We have our client directory where they can go in and see all of our clients and within there be able to see what the projects are for that.
Totally.
We have our team divisions where pretty much where our alpha team, everyone who's included in the alpha team goes in here and they can see what's going on with each client.
Nice.
The
all
sprint
the projects.
process. Yep.
Yeah, sick.
So here we have the sprint process. You can see what clients on what sprint process.
It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, no, right? It's a lot. Imagine tracking all this on a whiteboard, dude. It would have been insane, bro.
And that's what people do, and that's why people are super overwhelmed.
100%. Like I build. This is where I have all of our SOPs, and then our team can go in here and they have their personal tasks. So I can go in here and see what tasks are in progress, have been completed. They have their personal SOPs that pertain to their job. All that stuff, man, has been just a game changer, bro. To be able to go ahead and like be able to one, build the system, to then from there hire people to work the system, like
100%.
Because you can't put the cart in front of the horse.
No.
And something I always tell people now is from you telling me that, I always built out my Notion, and I would always build as if I had a team already.
Yeah.
Because then when we were able to then start bringing in people to work the system, it was money.
100%.
And then that's actually what, like, to show you like where our teams are right now working the system. Because the cool part about this, and actually I didn't talk about it, but the cool part about this, we also have Slack. So our team uses Notion and Slack.
Yeah.
And I remember when you showed me your Slack back in the day, you were like, like it just goes off and I don't really know what's going on in each channel, but I just know that things are happening.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, what a like dream to be able to have a team working and you don't even have to know what's going on and it's moving, and like that's where I'm at today.
For sure.
Which has been such a blessing because I'm like, there's like, I'm not like I don't see what's going on all these Slack channels, but I know clients are getting taken care of. I know things are moving. And it's so funny, like seeing that when you're showing me, I was like, man, like I wish that I had that, and now I do. So it's like such a blessing, bro. And I appreciate you for helping me get there.
You again put the work in. So all right, where are we going now?
Now let's do the office over here. This is where all of our team pretty much collaborates and works.
Yeah.
We have our team back here, they're working on some stuff right now. And then we have calendar over here that we track all of our shoots, everything that's going on. And they're able to have this space to work together, then being able to collaborate through ideas and really just work the system.
Yeah.
And before that, you know, I was, again, on a whiteboard, doing everything on my own, super stressed out because now, like, you know, I was doing the shooting, then the editing, then the posting, and then now we have a team that does that individually that can do that with systems all through you being able to show us how to build the SOPs for that. And then also too, the second layer of that people don't really talk about too is the leadership aspect. How to not only have systems that people can work, but then actually how to lead people correctly. Because people are
bought into the system and they're not don't feel like task doers.
Exactly, and how to maneuver that. And that was something that you also really helped me a lot with.
So this is shoot calendar. How many shoots did you do last month or this month? We're about
right
to end
now,
the month right now.
Yeah, the month is ending and we're almost hitting about 30. We're about 27 right now.
Crazy.
Yeah, we have, and we're on the last week and we got a couple, like we've been fully booked out, man.
30 shoots.
Yeah,
it's crazy. And then, okay, so 30 shoots. How many did you attend of the 30 shoots?
I'd say for these ones, this month, I attended a few just out of like, wanting to
You
make
shot
sure.
with Grant Cardone.
Yeah, we did a shoot with Grant Cardone. Yeah, like a lot of the people that we shoot with are very interesting too.
Yeah.
But honestly, in reality, like I don't have to go to the shoots. I mean, next month, actually this Saturday, we're leaving to Colombia for a month. So I'm unavailable, like present here. And our team is going to be able to completely like do that. And you know, to think to like maybe 2-3 years ago, I wouldn't be able to do that, man.
No
like,
chance,
I would have been stressing. I probably would just be
editing on the plane.
Exactly, That's like really, you know, the fact that I have the freedom to do that and like the peace of mind because our team is dialed in, their systems are dialed in, and we have you know, something that they're able to collaborate without me. Dude, it's game changer.
And then how many edits do you guys do a month about?
Man, we're doing I'd say over 500. Which is insane to think. And imagine like just me doing track dude, I would
no
go
way,
insane.
it's impossible.
Yeah, exactly. Like to track 500 shoots because we have a whole bunch of editors, we have a whole bunch of clients, and they need all these.
Can't do a whiteboard. You need these people.
Yeah, exactly. And they're awesome. I love these guys.
Okay,
awesome.
What are we seeing next?
Let me show you the podcast rooms.
That should definitely go.
This is specifically designed for people to come in, have, you know, Q&A style podcasts. There's a couple podcasts that we've done in here, but this is a space where it's controlled and it has its unique touch.
Totally.
You know what I mean? And cool thing about this too is that we have clients who come in here, they book, they just come in, they're in and out.
Super
versus
efficient.
Before, man, like I remember having to lug all the gear in the car. My team would have to come to my house because that's where all the gear was at. We have to pack it up, drive like, you know, an hour or 30 minutes, and then set up in a place that we didn't know what the lighting was gonna look like, the audio. And then that take like maybe an hour and a half of our time, plus tearing down, plus
and the
driving.
billable hours that you have to pay for that.
Plus the
and then you gotta pay for the gas. Do all that sort of stuff.
You
can't book as many shoots whatsoever.
Exactly, because then we're limited because like, I don't know, like, and that's because we're talking about how many shoots we were doing. Like the only way that we were able to do that many shoots, because like, we weren't shooting every day, we were shooting sometimes 3 times a day. And the only way we were able to do that was have like that productized system where people are in and out. Like we were able to then have a shoot here for this time block, they're out, then have the next shoot fall in, then the next shoot, then we can go somewhere, right? Because we still travel, but we don't have to travel as much, and then it creates more opportunity for that productization of it. And again, man, to lug all this gear everywhere, it's just annoying. Versus a client comes in, they get dressed, we do a mic check, light check, and then we're ready to rock. You know?
And this is just part of where we shoot. So I'm pumped to see what.
And then we have way more too.
We're gonna see.
100%. And then it also like elevates it for our clients because then for them, we're not invading their space. They come in, they're in and out. So
like finding a place to shoot and like going in somewhere that you've never been.
Yeah, exactly. And then this is our common area where we have our core values, super big on core values. I mean, I remember when we had our first conversation of like building a team, talking about making sure that we have a strong core values that we can really, it's really the glue that holds culture together. So we hold this to a high standard. Everybody on our team knows our core values like the back of their hand. And then we have our vision over here. And this is just where, you know, they eat lunch and hang out.
Stuff makes it easy for the team.
But yeah, and this is the coolest thing about this space is a flex space. So this is our our office space. So a lot of people come in here and they think like, oh, this is a cool spot, and they think that's it. But then we have a whole warehouse.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah, the warehouse is where it gets really, really cool.
That's cool.
So this is the warehouse. It's funny enough, this was just a whole empty warehouse.
Yeah,
like, there's nothing here. A lot of times people would think that like this mezzanine was here, this psych wall was here.
Yeah, dang.
But that's not the case, man. A lot of this not all of it we built. We built this mezzanine, this psych wall. We have the wow walls here where you flip them, and then they have different designs on the back. And so that's just, you know, there was the transformation that was really cool to see. But then now this is like where we can then do multiple style shoots. We have a photo section over here. I'll show you. We do backdrops. We have, let me actually pull out the remote for this. So like if we wanted to change the backdrop to
nice.
you know, whatever, let's do this. We can change it to blue.
Come on.
And then we can easily like set up different backdrops for people who want to do like photo shoots or video shoots here. Then we have all these different staging areas, which then from there kind of hitting again on the productivity of our team being able to be efficient with shoots, but then also creating a product around like, hey, you come in and we shoot, you know, like 30 videos, and then we have different spots. They're in and out within like 6 hours, and then we have, you know, X amount of content ready to go.
Because I remember the offer before, it was like whatever the client wanted for the most part, and like you would kind of just like do shoots. And one of the things that we've helped or like worked with you on is like the offer and like productizing it and making it really efficient and like for billable hours, so that you can just like get people in and out, like, you know, your profit margins and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That was I think the biggest hurdle, because before it was like, again, we're just taking on jobs. Any job that would say yes, we would take on, and it was kind of like, man, like just working with all different types of people that didn't align with what we wanted, versus when we
just to say yes because you wanted the income.
Exactly.
100%.
Yeah, I'm like, I got bills to pay. I'm gonna say yes. I'll throw like when I had a team at that point, I was just throwing them in random shoots.
For sure.
And it was just not ideal, because then now we're working with people we don't love to work with, and then burnout is a thing, and so we were able to then go into productizing everything
and getting your offers dialed in and like packages, so that's just like boom, boom, boom.
Exactly. Yeah.
What's up here?
Yeah, man. So up here we have. Or you want to see the cage really quick? So the cage. This is just really where all our gear's at.
Sick.
We have. I think, man, I'd say at this point we have maybe like, at least like maybe $80,000 worth of equipment.
Dang.
And it's all in this cage. And we have everything organized. We have our batteries, our camera gears in here, drones, all of our props, everything that we use for travel and here. And this space is one of my favorite, just because of the organization.
Dude, my OCD is
think about like this used to be in my garage. And my garage alone wasn't that big. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like my garage was maybe like maybe 3 of these spaces. So man, everything was crammed in a closet, loose gear, and it was
people would come to my house, pick up the shoot
and like
stuff
literally
before.
at like 10 p.m. They're like, hey, we got to shoot tomorrow. Can I come at 10 p.m. and pick up your gear?
Sorry, babe. Like, guys, I'm gonna come over at 10.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then I'm over here. It's just it was definitely like just a whole different transformation. Team has access to the studio. They come in, organize, and then the gear's accounted for a lot easier. So definitely,
this is dope.
Super dope, man. And I got the hex lights up here.
Yeah, these are dope.
Makes it look like a Batman cave, you know? And then up here we have the lounge area. So we built this spot to mainly have, you know, our creative process flow better. The team can kind of like have like a space to chill. Sometimes people come in here, they'll have like more of a lounge time. They'll play foosball, and we also do our creative meetings here. So we'll do all of our creative meetings here. We'll have like, you know, if we have a client that we're working on, we're gonna go after their whole strategy. We'll meet here. Like similar how we're talking about, like it distinguishes different locations. Like when I was at home, it's hard to separate work from home. So I feel like a lot of times they're so in the weeds down there that up here it's like a different environment. They can think a little bit more creatively. And so we'll pull up the profile on the TV, and then we have the whiteboard. We'll do all of our whiteboard sessions. And funny enough, this is the whiteboard, man, that I had in my garage that I would track every single.
This is your project management system?
This was
1.0?
Yeah, this was the 1.0. Literally, it was. That was it. And it was like, dude, it was like just thinking about it, like it's such a headache to think about trying to do what I'm doing now on this.
So you'd put like your shoots on here, and then like how would you drag it?
I had tape that I put
tape. You have tape on there?
And then I would put like sections of like client, and then I would erase stuff by accident. I was like, shoot, like I don't know if I did that for the client or not. And it was like, it was the worst, man. It was funny, bro. But we brought it here. Now it's got a different purpose. We just game plan on here. We do strategy sessions. We built like this is how we game plan systems that we build. So it's funny how now
some sentimental value.
Exactly, man. I don't think I can get rid of it.
This is Optic Element 1.0.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, straight
Operating system 1.0.
It really is, man.
Nice.
Yeah, bro.
Coming this far.
Yeah. It's crazy, man.
Just getting going too.
Yo, it is so cool seeing Santi's journey of going from working in his garage as a freelancer to building his dream studio in San Diego. You can check out the full podcast and breakdown, getting into the nitty gritty by checking out the podcast that we did. Just click the link down below. The first link will take you there.